Boy, I think he's cooking up the food you gave him.
He really shouldn't though, because we already cooked it with that stun grenade. Like,
See, I'm laughing, and the thread is gonna have to find this out sooner or later. But we had to redo this take.
You must be Sokolov,
yeah.
one of Volgin's men.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm always surprised at seeing like him throw away his documents because like it seems strange that nobody would investigate.
Your CIA.
Well, I mean, I don't know. As we'll come to find out, guards in Metal Gear Solid 3 don't really care what nerds do.
Zero.
And they're not particularly smart, so
Yeah, like
there's always that.
they probably think that Sokolov has them all perfectly memorized. So he's just getting rid of them to free up space.
That's right.
And also keep himself warm, because...
Man of his word.
Actually, wait, isn't it warm in the Russian jungle? I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, it depends on where and time of year and all that, but it doesn't look cold out, because you've still got bees and crocodiles and stuff.
That's true.
You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt Ryu.
Never heard of him. He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland.
I had a Pikachu named Thunderbolt.
Years ago,
I think.
pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West.
I'm kind of surprised that,
Resistance.
you know, in the Soviet Union or Russia or whatever, that they would have like some sort of extremist faction and nobody would crack down on it.
But the failure of his
It seems like a thing that they would want to do.
Kinda, yeah.
And on top of that,
Like, especially when, you know, guys like Stalin were super paranoid and killed just about everybody.
Yeah.
in a sense,
Maybe this extremist faction, like, grew too big, like, under the radar somehow. And then when they found,
guess.
then when they realized it was an extremist faction, it was too late to just nip it in the bud.
I mean, they could just nuke a place.
They could.
They could nuke themselves, whatever.
I mean, it wouldn't be very good for their self-image, but, you know.
It's not like anybody would know, really.
I mean, like, it's just a nuke going off in your home country. Who cares?
Yeah. Look, nuclear tests happen in a lot of different places around the world, in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd care too much if... I mean, think about it this way. They have to test their nukes out already, and they can't test anywhere else but Russia.
Right.
The only difference is that I think nuclear tests in Russia were all really far up north. I'm trying to remember what the island is, because there's if you look at a map of Russia near the western-ish portion, there's like a giant peninsula, I think.
It's not Chernobyl, is it?
No. That's just like a nuclear power plant.
Oh, okay.
But in like the western portion of Russia, there's like a giant peninsula / island, and I think they did tests there.
Ah, I see.
I think that's where the Tsar Bomba was dropped, but I could be wrong on that one.
Ah.
And for those who don't know, the Tsar Bomba was like the largest nuclear bomb ever detonated.
Even bigger than, like, Fat Man?
Oh, like 100 times bigger than Fat Man, if I remember correctly. I believe the Tsar Bomba was felt around the world 3 times.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess vibrations or reverberations, whatever, went around the world 3 times, 3 times.
That's insane.
Yeah, there's like a famous chart that shows like all the nuclear bombs by size, and like the Tsar Bomba is like 50 times bigger than the next thing closest to it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's go big or go home, really.
He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
No one spotted.
Okay, so this little bit of dialogue here where Snake said no one spotted him is actually different depending on how you played.
What happened?
So like if you get caught and you have to kill a bunch of people, is he like, I just had to Rambo my way up here?
Yeah, like I had to kill a few people, or a couple spotted me, but I didn't kill anyone, or something like that.
Major Tom, I don't think you have to worry about a garrison being here anymore.
Either way, Major Tom's gonna respond the same way. It's like, I see. Like, this is gonna go on his review or something. Even if you did this perfectly.
He's like quickly jotting down notes.
I love that look Snake gave Sokolov there. Just like, are you really just gonna stand in the door?
You should probably come along.
Right, but like, they have to sneak their way out, and just standing in the doorway is not how you sneak.
I like to think he's got like mystical powers now.
Look,
Like he's getting ready. Yeah, he's getting ready for one. He's like, I'm charging. I'm waiting for my super move.
So clearly, this is gonna go pear-shaped really fast.
Oh man, it's the guy from Stalker. Shadows of Chernobyl.
So here are the men. There were a lot of them hiding here. It's like they knew.
It's like they were expecting you.
Yeah.
So this is the legendary boss. Huh? We meet at last.
I like how everybody's confused by him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of a young dude, just a young cowboy in the middle of Russia.
Soldier doing here?
What's going on? Like even the Russians don't know like why this guy's here.
Yeah.
But they look like they're special ops, so it's kind of weird that like a special ops group would be confused by a special ops group. It's like how many layers of secrecy does this guy have over everybody else?
That's major Ocelot to you.
So,
Don't
this
you
is the first appearance of Ocelot in the Metal Gear timeline. He is a very important character throughout the entire saga.
Goddamn sexy, that's what he is.
get out of here?
In this game, he's just he's kind of that guy who like plays up he acts tough, but doesn't have too much bite to back up his bark.
I like how nobody shoots him in this time.
Yeah, everybody's just stunned that he's killing his own men.
Yeah, they're just like, he shot like that sixth guy, right? Died quite a while after the first guy was shot.
Okay, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't get anybody else. This is Ocelot's special talent. He can ricochet bullets with startling accuracy.
He's Ricochet, or I guess Bullseye. Pick your superhero.
Yeah. That was just cruel.
Yeah, that's just mean.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
I'm really not sure why he killed all those men.
Yeah, I guess maybe like for some sort of secrecy thing.
Maybe? I mean, that's the best I can think of, but like, I don't know, that's so much needless bloodshed.
Yeah,
You're not the boss.
especially since like special forces aren't exactly like easy to train and replace in the first place.
Yeah, or maybe these are just grunts, I don't know.
Well, I mean, judging by what they were wearing and stuff, it seemed different from regular guys.
That looked like the standard fare for the dudes we had to sneak past to get here.
I guess it's just like they all had like a little bit of face mask and hoodie.
Yeah.
That gun.
These guys are special, though. They're Ocelot's personal self-esteem team.
Oh, that's the best name ever.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what Ocelot tried to do there. Like, Snake kind of describes it, but I don't actually understand. So when he described it, could you like try to explain it to me a little?
Sure. I like how nobody shoots him either.
Snake's just too good.
You know, I feel in some sort of like, if Hideo wanted to be really goofy, he'd have something happen with those bullets that were shot randomly in the air.
Yeah, they could just like fall down, hit someone.
Yeah, just like Snake just like looks up, smirks, and then like looks at the guy, and then all the bullets kill him. I guess that's more of like an Ocelot thing to do, but you know, premise still stands.
Yeah. And just like that, one man took down like 7.
By hand. I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jammed.
Okay,
on you.
what is that? Like ejecting a bullet by
I
hand?
don't think you're cut out for
Oh, it's just where like you rack the slide
elbow to
manually.
the recoil.
What is the point of that though?
That's more of a revolver technique.
It's to make sure you have a round. I guess you would do.
Huh.
I mean, like, cause the idea is that you would when you load a magazine, you would pull the slide back so that it would load a round on the feed ramp and et cetera, et cetera.
Was some fancy shooting.
But I guess if you're unsure if you have enough rounds, or you want to make sure that you do have a round chamber, you would rack the slide manually,
Good.
Ah, okay.
even though like you don't have to.
Okay, so Ocelot's just... Well, yeah, Ocelot's just being flashy to try to be flashy.
Yeah. I mean, I should probably just like rewatch it just to get a better view, because it kind of like passed by and I wasn't paying attention too much. But it seems to me like he was just trying to rack around when he already had one in the chamber.
I gotcha.
Major, do you read me?
And like
what-
if you, because the main issue is like if you don't rack it properly, you will jam it.
These guys
Oh,
were so
okay.
Because like you need to have enough force, and depending on like how you do it, you could do it improperly, and then it won't load around.
And I'm going to assume Ocelot did it improperly there.
Mhm.
Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgans.
Sokolov was
By the
being
way,
guarded
that
by
little
the
hand
Russians
gesture
being
is kind of
hunted
his
by
signature
Russians.
thing.
Snake, it sounds like this
Yeah.
would be even hotter than Cuba.
It's
I mean,
so...
I loved him in MGS4 just because of how like wacky he
I
is.
agree.
Yeah.
Hurry.
Like,
Sokolov ran
that thing
off
is so,
himself,
like,
but I'll keep
iconic that it is a something awful forum smiley.
I know, it's great. I kind of wish I had like more excuses to use it, but then I guess it'd probably just get overplayed or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna pick him up and drop him because he drops a mousetrap, because, you know, ocelots are cats. And, I don't like the cut of his jib, so...
Wow. Did you have to shoot there?
Well, I could have shot him in the head.
I would have preferred it.
So, you're not allowed to kill Ocelot,
Whoa.
because Colonel Campbell yells at you otherwise. It's Colonel Campbell because in the Japanese version, Campbell's voice actor is also Doc Brown in the Back to the Future dub.
Oh, I thought it was because of there was some sort of like crazy theory about how this is all fake.
Nah. Also, I really like the detail that of all the guys there, only one of them is asleep and everybody else is just knocked out. Consistency is really nice.
Well, isn't Kojima pretty consistent between games?
Yes, he is.
I mean, like from what little I know about the stories, they get pretty convoluted. But at least it's not in a way where it doesn't make sense, I guess.
Yeah.
The best
Like,
crew
they at
has
least
to offer.
do their best to stay
They're
consistent.
coming for me.
I mean, sometimes things get retconned out, but...
I'm finished.
Calm
Eh.
down. I'll get you out of here, I promise.
You know, I kind of have to wonder about Sokolov's eyepiece, because like it's a chain attached to his ear.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like a normal thing with monocles.
I have no idea.
Because like, don't people usually attach it to like your clothing instead?
The
I
shadow,
thought so.
the treading behemoth, a tank capable of launching nuclear IRBM.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that
It also seems like it'd be really annoying. Like, imagine if like it keeps falling and whatnot.
Yeah,
It just like tugs at your ear all the time.
actually, I've always wondered how monocles like stay on like the eye.
My understanding is that you get one that is like a really tight fit,
No.
Oh,
This is only
really?
and then
You just gotta like jam it in between like your brow and
won't be
cheek.
truly finished
Cheek.
until we complete
well, I mean that's how I assume it worked. Because like
the weapons
if you ever have like a coin or whatever and you try to
the Colonel gets
like
his
fit
hands
it,
on it.
you always have to like apply a little bit of pressure
Cold War.
with your muscles.
Why would anyone ever want to wear a monocle then?
And then the age of fear.
So that
truly begins.
I guess it's like kind of like a jewelry, well, in the same aspect of a jewelry thing, where like you only have like one magnifier on one eye.
Didn't want to die.
Plus, I mean, like you look fucking dapper as all hell. Like I'd wear a monocle.
Please, take me to a
I'm just
better
like trying to do it with a quarter right now. Like I can't get it to fit.
completed without my
Quarter wouldn't work. You'd probably have to get.
got it.
See, if you were in Canada, I'd say like you can get a toonie, and that would probably work.
We have
But-
$half. Those are pretty big.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's just like pretend money.
They're real. I've had a couple.
A toonie would probably work if you're Canadian. Should work at least. But yeah, like if you're trying to fit something, you kind of have to. You'd have to like force your muscles to hold it.
Yeah, that sounds really, really annoying.
Yeah, so that's why I assume like a monocle, you just have it like not really oversized, but fit pretty tightly, so you wouldn't have to, you know,
Yeah.
force it too much. Especially since like imagine wearing that all day and then like you take it off and you just got like two giant marks on your skin all the time.
That'd be awful. Anyway, surprise! Turns out the boss really wasn't on a submarine in the Arctic Ocean after all. Also, Major Tom mentioned earlier that the boss's radio frequency went dead, and if you tried calling her, you'd get no response. Which is a really nice touch.
Jack.
What are you doing?
I like how she's carrying
Sokolov, come with me.
stingers or whatever. Just like as if it's no problem.
Oh, those are way bigger than stingers.
Oh right, yeah, I think I remember. But like they're super heavy and she just like does it effortlessly.
Yeah.
I always thought that was kinda
Hornets.
power of hornets will never get old.
These guys all have special powers, and they're not explained, but it's great.
I mean, does it really need to be explained? The answer is probably yes, but
No, they
for
don't.
the
MGS2 tried explaining crazy powers, and that got really weird.
what they try to explain, what is it, Vamp? Is Vamp in MGS2?
Yeah.
Did they try to explain them?
We will
Well, they kind of did, but then they retconned it.
more.
Nanomachine, son.
Welcome back.
Oh man, I wish Senator Armstrong was in every game.
Now that all five of us
And then until it got
It's
overplayed
time
and
to
then
go to the
disappeared in
depths of hell
obscurity.
itself.
So, those are the Cobras. This is the boss's old unit.
It's raining blood. Is he crying?
And everybody's haunted.
Oh man. I wonder, like, does Snake see him? Or is he an apparition to everybody?
I think it's an apparition to everybody.
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
And the lightning lights the ropes. The bridge just collapses.
So this guy's an important character.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
I won't say his name yet until like
Colonel
the
Vogt.
game.
Welcome
Okay,
to
fine.
my
It's Colonel Volgan.
They said it. They said it when Sokolov was being interviewed by Snake.
I know, but
What is that?
did they actually show a clear picture of
From
him?
defecting to the Soviet
Well, they showed like a stylized photo.
Yeah, it was kind of a silhouette. But anyway, this guy's
nuclear war.
catchphrase, I guess, is Kuwabara Kuwabara, which is kind of a Japanese like saying sort of thing.
Fine gift for me.
Like how Americans or Westerners,
Who is
whatever,
he?
would say like knock on wood.
Another one of your
Right, right.
But that's kind of really hard to translate, I guess.
Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just
I don't know,
a
the
child.
translation job on
Too
Metal
pure
Gear games
for
tend to
us
be
Cobras.
kind of rushed and weird.
You think?
Not yet found an
Yeah, I
emotion
mean,
to
like-
carry into battle.
I mean, like, if given enough time, they probably could have figured out a good translation for
Think you
Kuwabara
can pull the
Kuwabara,
trigger?
rather than just leaving it as is.
I feel like it's better for the character.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, this is a demonstration of the boss's skill. She just effortlessly disarmed our hush puppy.
Can't stand broken bones.
I've never had a broken
See
bone.
my face.
It just wigs me out. Like, I've never broken a bone, but man, every time I see one, it's like,
Yeah.
gross.
So, Logan's power is electricity.
If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're
Is that his emotion?
He's the shocker.
Now I just imagine him in the shocker outfit.
He's not dangerous. I'll take care of him.
So, yeah, the boss is defecting to the Soviet
You
Union,
can't come with us.
even though she's a celebrated American war hero.
You might want to play Naturalist. Later?
You got some editing to do.
So, when I said earlier that those guys knew we were coming,
Yeah. So do you think Major Tom is the one who betrayed us?
could be. So, going back to when we snuck across this bridge earlier, it's entirely possible to fall off this bridge.
Rejected.
Do you die, or does it just like bring you to this point in the story?
It's a game over if you fall off.
I figured as much.
Are we
You gotta be really careful when you're coming down to that
Now, onto
little
Sokolov's
spot under the bridge,
Hmm.
because it's really easy to miss the branch there.
Right, right.
I mean, you could just play it safe and walk around the other way, but I don't think I could have that run.
You gotta speedrun it.
Yeah, it's a lot more stylish to do it this way anyway.
My place is with them now.
I really like how they can all hear each other, despite this helicopter right there.
I mean, it wasn't as close, I guess.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Oh no, Snake, your arm is clipping.
Was it?
It was.
It's because it's broken.
Oh no.
Get it? You know, I was thinking about this. Like, wouldn't it be funny if Kojima... this game would have probably been better to do it in, but wouldn't it be funny if Kojima would ever, like, introduce bonus snake models? Like, if you complete the game or whatever? Because, like kind of like our Uncharted, because I was just getting, like, a really Uncharted vibe with, like, the jungles and stuff. And then you could have Naked Snake have a cake eater, and it'd be like the donut skin for Nick and Drake.
Paramedic?
Oh man, that'd be pretty cool.
just like his really rotund body jogging around the jungle would be hilarious to me.
Stay with me.
Okay,
I've
so
we're shaping
this is gonna be the tutorial for a new system to Metal Gear Solid 3, and I think it's exclusive to Metal Gear Solid 3. The Cure system.
We'll talk about.
Well, it wasn't an MGS4 or Peace Walker or Ground Zeroes, so
Yeah, and it's new
unless
to
I
this
missed
game.
like a mobile game.
No.
If you
So,
start the treatment.
You basically just gotta do some really quick surgery on yourself
Item window button.
from time to
Surgical
time.
treatment using
Remove
weapon
bullets, clear up lacerate,
Your
or
injuries include a fractured left elbow
sew up
and
lacerations,
lacerations on the upper
mend broken
arms,
bones,
right
that kind
elbow
of
and
thing.
abdomen.
So like,
Need to be fixed
since
with
you've played
surgical
this, and I'm gonna assume several times over, do you think that this system like adds to the game, or is it more just like busy work?
Once you've selected the
It's a little bit of busy work.
hold the weapon window button and use the left
Because I mean, from what I recall seeing, like you still have to go through a lot of menus and then select the right stuff and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
bone fracture. First secure the affected
It
with the fastener and
when you
then
heal a
wrap it
wound,
in
like
place.
you will recover like I think half the damage that wound did to you.
Lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean
But otherwise, like if you don't heal it, you'll just end up with a red splotch on your life bar, and that
bandages to wrap the
mud
wound.
part of your life bar is
If you do
unusable.
everything I mentioned,
Right,
the wound
right.
should heal completely.
Uh, I remember hearing somewhere that doctors should never try to do surgery on themselves. And here Snake is just doing surgery to himself.
Well, I mean, like you shouldn't, because you'd go into shock, or you probably just like wouldn't be able to do it properly.
Yeah, and I guess this is just emergency response stuff, so.
Well, I mean, you want to be able to try and like minimize the damage, right? But in that sense, like if you had a broken bone, you'd want to try and get a splint on it, even though a splint probably isn't the best idea. But like,
Yeah.
you certainly wouldn't be performing surgery on yourself.
Yeah. So,
You wouldn't be sewing up any stitches or anything
Yeah.
on one arm.
Which is exactly what we were doing to clear up those cuts. Just sew it up, bandage it, and then like disinfect. And for bones, you just gotta put a splint and bandage. That's all. Like it's easy, but it's just.
But it
kinda
just takes-
tedious.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Like once you know what you're doing, it's fast, but like still a little
Still-
annoying.
Right.
And like they try to make it kind of a resource management kind of thing, but like honestly, you really don't need to worry about like not having enough like medical tools.
Right. Also, fun fact, he has a throat mic on him.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's a throat mic. Pretty interesting stuff. You can get those in like specialty shops or whatever. Not like the clearest audio, but like just because it's works on vibrations of the throat rather than like audio.
Right.
And yeah, like it's pretty interesting stuff. I got a pair. They're neat.
You just want to use it to like record this.
No, like the only real reason you'd ever want to use a throat mic is well, two reasons. One, if it's like super windy, the throat mic doesn't pick up wind
Oh.
because it acts on the vibrations on the inside of, like, that's why the two round things on the neck.
Oh, I see.
So like the wind doesn't affect those. And B, because you don't need to talk, you can just like say the words in your throat. So that's kind of the idea why you'd want one in a sneaky mission, is because you don't have to actually say something. You can just voice it in your throat, and people around you don't hear it,
Ah, okay.
or at least like it severely limits the range.
Well, that would explain why Snake can just have full on like radio conversations.
Yeah, like I assume that's why. Does it ever get explained? Because like now that I think about it,
No, he just has them.
seems like Kojima would explain that at some point.
Anyway, that thing that the helicopter were airlifting was the Shago Hod.
Also, seriously, I don't think you would have 5 fully equipped military helicopters. You'd have like you'd have like proper recovery helicopters.
Yeah.
Because like you don't want to, if you're trying to lift weight, you don't want to add weight with the rockets and munitions.
Right.
You kind of want to limit that. I like how he's looking at both. Like, I've been let down. You,
Fuck
I
you,
wonder if like
Bullet. You should have
like,
saved me.
Jimmy the Bullet. How dare you?
So this is what was in the boss's care package.
You can't say care package. That's totally a COD thing. Vulcan's got a 10 kill streak.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
no.
getting rewarded with the big Davy Crockett nuke.
Cobras,
Hey, they didn't mention the name yet.
Sokolov, and the Shagohod.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's as important as Vulcan, but they also managed to pick up a lady somewhere.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
How would neither of them know that?
I think that's just what she said, and they just took her at face value. Because, remember, Sokolov said that his wife was in, I think America?
She's a nice catch.
Yeah, but doesn't... I mean, I thought it was always a reference as like she worked for him, like an aide or assistant.
Oh, well, maybe.
Like that's how I always took it. Because like I would have assumed that like Sokolov's woman would have been around his age.
You never
and, like,
know.
And like they would probably know that.
She is spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still
So
our
what was that we were saying about, nuking their own?
We are friends.
Yeah.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Although like I kind of wonder
Remember
the safety in this system.
It shouldn't be very safe at all.
Okay, the helicopter they're in would probably have disintegrated.
There is no such thing as,
A backblast?
yeah, or recoil.
Well, recoil, it's more of like the force backwards, but like
Well,
for a rocket launcher, you call it backblast.
oh, okay.
Because it's literally like a blast backwards. Like it's,
Ah.
yeah. It's like, I kind of wonder, like, someone should have died there. And it probably wasn't well, not counting the base.
I'm pretty sure there's still like 6 Ocelot men over at the base.
Well, I mean, like, there must have been enough space in those helicopters.
Or maybe they just abandoned them because they were knocked out. And they have shamed the Ocelot name.
Man, Volgan's not playing around.
Nope.